Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Funday. And hey, if you didn't see contentious top tens, it's because hey, copyright strikes. Yeah, what we do. Actually, not even copyright strikes, just copyright claims. And I decided I'll just put them private till I fix them soon. Whenever I decide to do that. But hey, we're talking about escape room because somebody decided to make a movie about the big trend, which is now escape rooms. Real quick to talk about the backstory of this movie. There is no backstory. I think somebody watched or played an escape room and said, "Dude, what if they was trying to kill you?" And then they wrote a loosely based movie on it. It's the long and short of it. It's gonna be honest, this movie's pretty bad. Like, the acting throughout this entire film is not good. The premise, while unique, it has a lot of problems. After a while, it pretty much just devolves into Saw, in all essence. Because all the rooms are kind of tailored around the different characters, though.
Yeah, they're different tragedies that they've survived.
Yeah, because that's the reason why they've been called to this escape room, because they're... And also, it's a bit hostile-ish in the fact that rich people are watching them, and they're paying to watch them. It's like...
Yeah, they're taking bets on it.
It's like, really? Why is this a thing? And it takes place during modern time. That's another issue. It's like, it would have been one thing if they would have went ahead and just made this, I don't know, futuristic. Especially considering at one point they have like a hologram wall. It's like, if they had made it like a futuristic kind of setting, yes, that story has kind of been done. But also, if you make it a little bit almost dystopian in a way, in the fact that, or like, money is without value, then you at least have the argument where it's like, oh, well, these people are doing this because, they're poor, they need money or something. Although... that's another strikingly bad issue with this movie. Some of the character motivations suck ass. I mean, you have 6?
Hmm?
Yeah, you have 6 characters in all essence. What was the one Indian dude that really got annoying quick? What was it? Dan? Zane?
Danny?
Yeah, Danny.
He really loved escape rooms.
Yeah, and also his family all died in the carbon monoxide poison. Somehow he lived. That's his tragedy thing. Though it's nice to know that that's...
It's only briefly mentioned at the very end after he's already died.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, movie.
Glad to know he wasn't important enough to...
give any input beforehand or anything like that.
Like, oh, he's not one of the characters we're supposed to care about. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, because after a bit, they were kind of showing a little bit about what happened to each of the characters. Like, you did realize this one black guy, I can't remember his name.
Jason?
Something like that. He's just a dickhead, is the best way to put it. He killed his best friend to steal his coat because they got trapped on a boat and stuff.
And it was freezing cold, and there was one coat between them.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, you're a stupid ass and you're a psychopath. But his motivation for even coming to the escape room is the dumbest in the world. It's just pure greed for greed's sake. Because he's already a successful, stock salesman in all essence. It's like, well, why do you need $10,000? $10,000 is not even enough for a good lunch.
Well, he thought it was a gift from one of his clients. So he said he felt obligated to go, and also... I think he's supposed to try and be competitive. I'm gonna win this.
It's a lame reason to get him into it.
Yeah.
Then you also have Mike. Well, yeah, Mike.
The truck driver.
Yeah, it turns out he lost his cousin in a coal mining, collapse. Yeah. Probably that one dude that, John Oliver made fun of. Probably one of his mining groups. Oh, then you also have Zoe. She lost her parents to a plane accident. She's weird is the best way to describe it. I think she's supposed to be autistic.
No, I got the impression that she's supposed to be like very quiet and reserved, especially after the plane crash. She's just like in her little.
Yeah, because her parents died in a plane crash.
She's just in her own little world, very afraid to, speak up, even in class. So I seen the trailers like, oh, over the weekend I want you to do something that, breaks you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, which this escape room is at. Then you also have, his name, Billy, I can't remember, but he's a guy who, he'd got drunk and accidentally killed his friends. He was the only one who lived. And he's just a guy. That's the best thing about him, is he's a dude.
Yeah, he's working a dead-end job at a grocery store, working in the back because they won't even put him at the front for some reason.
Yeah, they're like, well, what would it say if we put you in front? It said that you gave a guy a job. I don't know. That also did not make any sense to me. It's like, are people really going to go up there and hound you about a guy who obviously is suffering from, not just post-traumatic stress disorder or from the incident that happened, but also is racked with fucking guilt, obviously. It's like...
They turns to cigarettes and alcohol.
Yeah, it's one of those like, so... Are people... I know people are dicks. I mean, we're all dicks. Let's just fully admit. But are people really that big of dicks? We're going to go and protest because they dare to give this guy a job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really explained real well, that part.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why can't he...
Just work up front. Let him have a job. Let him work.
Well, it's not that he doesn't work. It's just he wants to be able to make more money and working up front and everything.
Yeah, it's... Oh, stupid. Then you also have Amanda. She is people probably know her more from Daredevil and True Blood. She's probably the most famous out of all these people. She played, what was her name? Jessica, I believe? Yeah. Jessica in True Blood. Those are wondering. And also she played Karen in Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to say, it's like, Karen. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, okay, no.
Yeah. She's probably the best actress out of them all. She's a soldier who was injured in Iraq, which you see in trailers. And, again, it's part of the issue is, like, each one of these characters technically has a story they sort of go through, or pretty much an arc in a way, but it's so flat, and there's like barely a bump where they have to deal with their issue or their problem. But the only one who really has to deal with it more directly is Jason, the guy who killed his best friend, stole his jacket. Like, he has to deal with his. Then also Zoe has to deal with hers, technically, because there's a room that's upside down. You'll see it in trailers when the phone comes down. And really, it's like, okay, how's that messing with her? That's because she was upside down when her parents died. Okay, whoopee-doo. It's like, who gives a flying shit? It's like, what does it have to deal with anything? How's that going to trigger anything for her? When the issue be more that a plane crash, that was her problem. Her issue was the plane crash, and it killed her parents. Of course, you always remember, it's not the crash that kills you, it's the sudden stop at the end. Then you also have Mike. He has, this issue because he was stuck in a cave-in. His is given to the white guy who's just the average Joe. His is brought up for a second, but never really dealt with in any way. I guess maybe like at this one point when it's like, it's when the movie sides go a little trippy and they're in this like weird, like, pretty much think like early MTV era, like it's like fingerprints all over the wall and there's this screen that's flickering. I will admit that was actually one of the more unique looking shots, but somehow like their saw poisoned through their hands because, poison totally seeps right through the skin with no problems. and it's hallucinogenic poison at that. But they are poisoned somehow, and then
Then you find the antidote, which there's only one dose.
yeah, I guess that has to do with him. I don't know. That room never really made a whole lot of sense to me. It would have seemed like something for Jason, but they had Jason earlier with also a mix of him and the. I'm gonna call that dude Billy. I think that's actor's name, but I'm gonna call him Billy. Yeah, pretty much he looks like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Those who've seen trailers. But yeah, him and Jason sort of have like mixed rooms in a way, because Jason has to deal with his room, which is this cold thing where they have to get this key out and they have to warm it up and they have to share this jacket that looks exactly like jacket like that he killed his friend over. And Billy has to inject himself with an antidote thing. It's like, how is any of this well connected with their actual tragedy beyond the cold, which is at best it was minor. And again, part of the room for them to even get out and to the cold, they had to input a code for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Yeah.
The movie wants to pretend smarter than it really is.
Yeah, this movie was really weird as far as like introducing us to the characters, because we're introduced to only 3 characters. That one girl,
Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe and Jason and
We're calling him Billy.
Yeah, we're introduced to them at the beginning. Although before that, we see Billy nearly die. It's like, oh, thanks for letting us know how this ends.
Yeah, it says it shows him like getting crushed, and then it's like 3 days earlier. Thanks, we now know that he's one of the survivors. There's probably another one knowing anything.
Yeah.
So it destroyed any tension it was building.
Yeah. If I was editing that scene, like, I would have cut it off before then, like, have the walls get closer, but maybe kind of like leave that. Kind of like leave you wondering, it's like, okay, well, what's going to happen? Are they going to die? Or of course, I'm not sure I would have put that at the beginning to begin with, but
yeah, I would not have put that scene at all at the beginning of the movie. It just destroys tension. You're like, all right, well, I'm having to guess that Amanda's not going to make it, Mike's not going to make it, Danny, I know is not going to make it thanks to trailers again, because we see him fall under ice and water.
And also, he's the one really like naive person in horror movies that gets killed really quickly.
Yeah, pretty much they traded black people for Indian guy. Thanks, movie. One ethnicity for another. Yeah.
Yeah, we're introduced to 3 characters. They get this puzzle box inviting them to into the escape room. And then they go there and they meet 3 other people. And throughout the course of the movie, we're kind of like introduced to them. Danny is like... His backstory not really revealed until, like, well after he's already dead.
Yeah, he'd been dead for nearly 30, 40 minutes. And it's like, oh, here's his backstory. Thanks, movie. Why do I care now? He's dead.
Yeah, he's killing, like, the second escape room. They get to, like, the, what, 4th one?
Yeah, the 4th one.
And, like, then they finally reveal his tragic backstory. Only they just kind of briefly say, like, oh, his, family was killed. Carbon dioxide poisoning, he survived.
Yeah, and it's like
just that brief little... It's like, okay, why the hell should I care about him, though?
Yeah, it's like, he's already dead. Why does it matter?
Yeah, it's like, I don't care about him. I come to care about Amanda and Mike. But...
Zoe was hard to care about because a lot of her was just doe-eyed, just...
Like, it's a puzzle. It's... oh, look over here, it's this thing that we just happen to need, or happen to need to know.
Yeah, and it got really old. It felt less like the characters were solving a puzzle and more like they were getting obvious clues. And not only that, but this, again, like I said earlier, the movie thinks it's smarter than it really is. It really wants to pretend like some of what it's doing is like, oh, this is a hard puzzle. These are fucking simplistic puzzles. At best, they're being put in a slightly life or death situations, and it's always because of their own stupidity that it tends to happen. Hell, there's sometimes like the first puzzle, which is the like being baked in a room. It could have been solved without them ever activating the solve trap. They could have easily just, oh, well, look, this thing says move the coasters here. Oh, look, it's open. Fuck off, assholes. Mm-hmm. And then you just piss off and go to the next room. And on top of everything, I have to also mention, not only was the acting in this movie really, for most part, bad, you could tell it was bad because a lot of this felt very ad-libbed. Like, first of all, there's ADR in really bad places. Like, there's some times when they're obviously, like, at the very beginning, like, he's supposedly talking, and you're seeing his mouth is not moving. You're like, thanks, movie, you're just adding dialogue because there's dialogue. I mean, we get away with it in cartoons because, maybe it's further away, but we can see his mouth. Ain't moving. But also, a lot of characters constantly repeat their names and just shout them and...
Zoe, 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 wake up, Zoe.
And it's like, oh my god, quit saying her goddamn name is almost what I was wanting to say.
Quite as bad as Charles Wallace.
Yeah, not Charles Wallace levels of like, I just don't say his freaking name, call him Chuck. But
or CW, or just Charles.
Yeah.
Wallace.
Charlie, anything.
Something.
Stop saying Charles Wallace every 5 seconds. But yeah, this movie just hammers everybody's name except for Billy that I keep calling him. I don't remember his name. Everybody else's name is said 48,000 times. Danny, 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 Danny. Well, Danny, Danny. Why are we still saying his name like it's a freaking broken record? Oh,
just to make sure we remember the characters' names after the movie?
Guess so, but... Jeez, it's like somebody, like I said, somebody watched Saw after they visited an escape room, and they're like, I have an idea, and wrote a screenplay, and it was really, really bad. They probably realized, like, this movie's about 4 minutes long, so it's like, we gotta stretch this bitch out. The worst part is, I get the movie was trying to go for, it's PG-13 as well. And again, it's not trying to go for gore factor, that's fine and everything. None of these rooms, because of the fact that it's just like, oh, this one's gonna cook you, none of them felt really dangerous. Like, we didn't see, like, during the hot room, like, beyond them sweating a little bit, like, oh, well, like, they touch something, it burns them, or anything like that. It just seemed like it was kind of warm in there. It's a little toasty until this big, giant, fuck you flame thing decides to cook the entire room. During the hypothermia thing, did we see them, like, like their skin changing colors, or, like, starting to kind of, like, come off when they touch it? Anything like that? No, it's just they're shivering. And, like, at one point when that whole upside down room, it's like that doesn't, you just see, oh, Amanda fell. She could have fell on a bunch of mattresses for all we know. And also, the pure logistics of this does not make any sense in my head. Like, they just build this magical room, or magical 5 rooms in this place, and somehow
this abandoned office building.
Yeah, and somehow they tear it out within, like, a few hours, and the police decided to show up, and they're like, well, obviously you suffered stressors.
Yeah, it looks like nothing was there to begin with. Like, it was just abandoned the entire time.
Yeah, and it's like, what? How did they do that? Why is it? Fuck you, movie. I was a hearty fuck you for this movie. And then it tries to sequel bait hard. Mm-hmm. Like, at the very end, it's like, so Zoe and Billy made it out.
Ben, now I just remember
Ben, yeah. I was close. I had to be... They made it out of the moon. They made it out. We have to test them again. Because it turns out there's this game master, and he tries to kill Ben at the end. after they got out of the thing because
he won, and it's like, oh, well, now that you won, here's your prize. We're going to kill you.
I don't know.
But Zoe comes along and saves them, and the last two survivors, and it's like, okay, well, I found... It's like 6 months later, and she finds information about, like...
Supposedly it's in New York City.
Yeah, this company is like, okay, well, it's like, we gotta go there, and I already got plane tickets, and, let's go.
Which is stupid, because you figure she would just drive. Because it takes place in Chicago. It's like, it's like a 6-hour drive. You could do it.
And Games Master gets her information, like, okay, they're both going on this plane trip, they're coming here, so
I guess you need to do them in their game.
So, pretty much, testing out this, like, plane crash scenario, pretty much, they can try all they want, and they're still going to lose.
Yeah, which... I don't know. It's so stupid.
I don't think it was trying to test them. I think it's more just trying to just like get rid of the last two witnesses. Pretty much tying up loose ends. I think is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do as well. But again, it also still doesn't make any sense with what we're given by the end of it. It's like, oh well, they want to watch people, compete. Well, people who...
Yeah, you mentioning like gladiator games and public hangings.
It's one of those like, all right, here's the thing though. It's like with gladiator games, there was a possibility that they could win still. Hell, even with any game show, as stupid as the people are, there's a possibility they could win. And that's the
Hell,
thing.
even the Hunger Games, at least one person, as long as they can be last man or woman standing, it's like, okay, you're good, you can go home.
Yeah, you get home, you're rich for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, that's the thing. It's like, rich people are not going to pay to watch people win and then they are dead. It's just, rich people aren't that stupid. And not only that, but it's like, why are you going to kill them? Because they're going to out you as this shadowy organization that they don't have any proof of? That the police have already written off as that the person was kooky? What the hell?
I was like, are you sure you weren't just imagining everything? Because
Yeah.
they can't find any evidence whatsoever. And they find the thing where the duct was for the...
First room, get out of it.
Yeah, to get to the second room, and it says no way out. It's like...
That's the doctor's name, that's the doctor's name. This doctor that we don't see.
Yeah, Wu Tan Yu or something like that. It's like, it's an anagram of no way out.
Yeah.
I guess, like, mysterious character of, like, Dr. Wu Tan Yu.
Yeah, they keep mentioning it over and over.
It's like, ask you, please use coasters at all times, or something. It's like, it's supposed to be a clue. It's like, gotta hold down the coasters to let this one thing us and get through the duct.
It's just lame. That is the long and short. This is a really, really lame film. It wants to pretend it's smart, and then, unfortunately, it's insufferably stupid because of that. The characters are one-dimensional as shit. Their attempts at trying to give them any kind of motivation, any kind of driving force, any kind of urgency, it constantly feels forced, or it's like, oh, seen that a million times. And on top of it, all these rooms, you've seen it done in Saw, you've seen it done in probably, like I said, Hostel, you've seen it in any kind of torture porn film, to the point where this feels muted at best. It feels like this is a half-ass attempt. And
yeah, there wasn't any real tension. Only like a couple characters I actually sorta cared about.
But even then, you're like, they're
like,
gonna die. Because how it showed at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
Also, the editing sucks in this movie.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Amanda, it's like, I want to root for her, thanks to her tragic backstory. It's like, I was like, yeah, keep going, Warrior Woman. It's like, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're probably gonna die. Yeah, not too attached to you, so.
Yeah.
Bye, I guess.
It's just... fuck this movie. It's the best thing I can say about it. And the bad thing, though, is I'm hoping, though, that this means that we're going to have sprinkled throughout the year bad movies and stuff. Like, oh, here, bad, 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 all the way up to Captain Marvel. It's like, oh. Oh, this year started off wonderfully. That's all I can know. So...
Well, maybe we'll get some meh.
I don't think we're going to. We have The Upside next.
After some of the bad movies last year, especially in like last quarter of the year, I'm hoping for at least meh. At least, a lot of meh movies. I will put up with that.
You don't want another Bohemian Rhapsody?
I didn't think that was that bad.
You don't have taste, obviously. So, what would you give this as a score?
And I think I'm being generous, but what do you give it to?
This is the epitome of what you would consider a 2 film, I believe. It's a 2. It's not egregiously terrible.
I mean, not one of the worst films we've ever made or ever seen.
I haven't made a film yet.
Well, it was last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Gonna say right in the butt. No peanut butter goes that way. I have turned her beet red.
I swear he's trying to kill me with laughter.
That's my escape room with you. This...
and I will warn you, I have nothing of value for you to inherit, so quit trying to kill me with laughter.
I inherit all your books. Ah, ha, 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 ha. 1,200 romance novels, all for me. I mean, it's like 1,200, that's it? Oh.
Well, so that might be a conservative amount of my overall.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
Yeah, this is just a 2 film. It's not worth your time. It's not worth getting that angry about. I mean, I'm disappointed as shit, but I wasn't expecting much. Maybe that helps. I had such low expectations. I'm like, well, this didn't turn out much better than I was figuring.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be a horror movie. It's supposed to be...
It's supposed to scare you, and there's no tension.
I was like, no scares, and like I said, there's no tension. It's like, no, just like...
Yeah, like, during the whole cold scene, it would have been a lot better if, there was more tension there. Or the hot, when they were getting baked, like, that would have been something. No, there's no tension throughout this entire flick. You just feel like, well, they're going from one room to the next. Whoop-de-doo-da-day.
Slowly being killed off, like in Agatha Christie's. Not timeline, what the hell is that called?
It's in little something. Because they did something like that for Rooster Teeth's. They call it 11 Little Roosters. Or 10 Little Roosters.
It's an Agatha Christie novels on. I have it somewhere. And then there were none. That's what it's called.
But either way, it's miss this. If you have a chance to go see anything, go ahead besides this. The movie's not worth your time.
Go see Aquaman.
Yeah, it's still out. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth the time.
Surprisingly. I still can't get over that. I was like, it's actually good. It's gonna freaking snow.
It was so nice.
Especially they shut down our building.
Yeah, that's Escape Room. Miss it. Skip over it. Go see something else. Escape something else.
Yeah, there are a couple of characters that were sympathetic, but otherwise I really couldn't care overall.
Yeah, it was a lot of just watching on.
Like I said, I was sympathetic towards Amanda, but I was like, I kind of know. It's like, yeah, you're gonna die. Yeah, there you go.
You dead, lady.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll be back next week with probably The Upside. Whoa.
You're just hoping it's funny.
It's got Kevin Hart
or at least
in it.
me.
It's got Kevin Hart in it, so it's gonna be somehow just the worst thing ever. He hasn't done a good movie in like 3 years.
Well, one trailer was funny. Where like he's throwing everything because Bryan Cranston's mad.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nicole Kidman comes in, like, what is going on in here? He made a mess. It's like, I see the being you.
Hey,
Troublemaker.
we'll talk with you all next week about that and tell you how bad it was. If you just see her feet, you'll know how bad it was.
Wow. Got dark. That escalated quickly.
Mm-hmm. That's how I normally am. So, until then, we'll escape with y'all there, so bye-bye.
Bye.